गुरुर्वादिचित्ते नमामः शङ्करान् वाक्यविजयेन्द्र सरस्वतीं श्रीगुरुं शिष्टमार्गानुनेतारं सन्मतिप्रदं सद्गुरुचरणारविन्दाभ्यां नमः। श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम्। So in Viveka Chudamani, we are seeing kind of the final topics in Viveka Chudamani in Vedanta itself. Vedanta is a systematic teaching. It introduces concepts. It introduces concepts, the right concepts at the right time to the right people. All the three are very, very important. The concept should be the appropriate concept, should be introduced to the appropriate person at the appropriate time. Now, having discussed all of the important concepts of Jiva Lakshanam, Ishvara Lakshanam, etc., we are going to negate this universe. We are going to negate this creation. Currently, we are in a format of Trinity, right? Tertiary format. Jiva, Jagat, Ishvaraha. We are in this format of Jiva, Jagat and Ishvaraha. Jiva, we know I. I am. You say, right? This Jiva. Previously, our misconception was Jiva was this body. Previously, our misconception was, who are you? Abdina. I will say, I am Shankar P. Shamsundar. I am born in this village. My parents are these people. I have studied this much. I'm making this much money. I'm married to this person. Or I have all these skills. Whatever we say about I, we only describe the qualities of this body. But the problem is that this body is not eternal. This body is not eternal. And that creates a lots of problem. We yearn for security. We yearn for peace. We yearn for happiness. On the other hand, those security, peace, and happiness is my real nature, real Swarupam. So Vedanta tells you that, okay, you are not this body, but you are the Atma that operates through the body. Okay, the problem of Jiva is over. What about Ishvara? What about Ishvara? Ishvara, previously we thought Ishvara is somebody else. Ishvara is sitting in Kailasha, Ishvara is sitting in Vaikuntha, and Ishvara is separate from me. I have to go attain Ishvara. We said. And then we learned that this Vishwarupa is Ishvara. This entire universe is Ishvara. Whatever that I see is nothing but Ishvara, including my own self. Including my own self is Ishvara. Now, the problem of Jagat comes. Because from Ishvara, we don't get any problems. From Ishvara, we don't get any problems. The problematic person is Jagat. How will you understand this Jagat? It's the question. So for that, several nyayas are being used in Vedanta. We studied about Arundhati Nyaya. We saw about Arundhati Nyaya before. Now, we will study about Adhyaropa Apavada Nyayam. The principle, the Nyaya of superimposition and negation. Adhyaropa Apavada Nyayam. The example that we saw for this Nyayam in the class before the last class, if I remember right, is water. Somebody comes to your house and they ask for, can I have some water? They come to your house, they ask, hey, can I have some water, please? What do we give? We don't give them just water, right? What do we give? We give them water in a tumbler. So we superimpose water onto a tumbler. The person, the guest, just because you give him tumbler along with water, doesn't mean that he is going to drink the tumbler or he is going to take the tumbler with him. What do we say when we give water to him? We don't say, hey, I'm giving you water in a tumbler. Drink the water and give me the tumbler back. We don't say. What do we say? Take it. தண்ணி வச்சிருக்கேன் எடுத்துக்கோங்கோ தண்ணி குடிங்கோ அப்படின்னு நம்மளும் சொல்றோம். But they don't drink the tumbler. They don't take the tumbler along with them. Just because we say take it, they don't take the tumbler along with them. What do? They take the water and then they give the tumbler back. That process is called as the process of apavada, negation. Adhyaropa is water plus tumbler. Apavada is minus tumbler. So if you want to put that in a mathematical format, Adhyaropa is water plus tumbler. Apavada is minus tumbler. You know, we have the sign convention. So water plus tumbler minus tumbler will be equal to what? Just water. Water plus tumbler minus tumbler will be equal to what? Just a tumbler, right? Actually, this concept is used in mathematics for lots of proofs. This concept will be used in mathematics for lots of proofs. You know, if you are studying, if your kids are studying in school, or if you are interested in mathematics, we will know. Okay, the left-hand side and right-hand side, let us add this value. Let us add y. Let us add 100. Let us add x to left-hand side and right-hand side. What do? We do Adhyaropa Apavasa. We add x. If we take that x from the right-hand side to the left-hand side, it is minus x. So what do? We do plus x minus x. Plus x is Adhyaropa. Minus x is Apavada. Whatever that is remaining, the value will not change. A plus x minus x will be equal to a. Right? Then why do we have to do the Adhyaropa? We do plus x and minus x. If we add a tumbler and take the tumbler back, why should we add tumbler? Why should we do that? For transactional purposes. For transactional purposes. If we don't have tumbler, drinking water will be very, very hard. You know, we cannot just take the water in our hands and then give it to them. Drinking water will be very, very hard. In order for the efficient transfer of water into your mouth, in order for efficiently drinking water, you have to do the Adhyaropa and Apavada of tumbler. Adhyaropa is adding the tumbler. Apavada is negating the tumbler. So if you want to efficiently drink the water, you have to first do the Adhyaropa of tumbler, the superimposition of tumbler, and then the Apavada, the negation of the tumbler. In the same way, Upanishad teaches you about this Brahman through this Adhyaropa Apavada Vada. Upanishad teaches us about Brahman through the Adhyaropa Apavada Vada. Where does the Upanishad teach us? What is the significance of this teaching? Upanishad teaches us it in many ways, in many places, this Vada. The very, very important place, I say it is very, very important because it is in our Abhyasa, in Taittiriya Upanishad. In Taittiriya Upanishad, Ajihi Bhagavo Brahmeti. Okay. The Upanishad asks, the Sishya asks, hey, can you teach me about the Brahman? Sishya asks the Guru, can you teach me about the Brahman? Now, Brahman as Satyajnana Ananta Swarupa, Upanishad will teach it. But the Sishya cannot understand it. It is like giving water in your hand. Satyajnanam Anantam Brahma, Brahmavida Apnoti Param. Jnanam Anantam Brahma, says Upanishads. But it is very, very hard for the Sishya to understand. It is equivalent to drinking water with hands. So Guru says, Yatova imani bhutani jayante yena chatani jivanti yat prayantyabhisamvishanti. Hey, you only know this universe. You know this universe better. You are transacting with this universe daily. So the Upanishads will say, Brahman is that vastu, yatova imani bhuta nijayante, that because of which the entire universe came forth. Yena jata nijivanti, that onto which the entire universe is supported. Yet prayantyabhisamvishanti, that onto which the entire universe will go rest. That is Brahman. It is Adhyaropa of Brahman to this universe. You are defining Brahman through the universe. First, what do? We wanted to know about Brahman. But Brahman Swarupa Lakshana is very, very hard to understand. Brahman Swarupa Lakshana is very, very hard to understand, very, very hard to teach. So what does Upanishad say? For a beginner, this is very, very important. For a beginner Sishya, for a novice Sishya, he says, Yatova imani bhuta nijayante ena jata nijivanti yat prayantyabhisamvishanti. Hey, நீ பார்த்துட்டே இருக்கியப்பா அந்த உலகம், this universe, it is because of Brahman. It is because of Brahman, says Upanishad. So the Adhyaropa of universe onto the Brahman, the Adhyaropa of this universe onto the Brahman happens. It's like how the superimposition of a tumbler onto water happened. Right. Now what we have to do? We have to get the tumbler and water. We have to drink the water. We have to give the tumbler back. If we don't do that, number one, you cannot drink the tumbler. If you try to drink the tumbler, it won't even enter into your mouth. Number two, if you take the tumbler along with you just because the host said take it, next time when you go to their house, they will not give you water itself. Two problems are there. Right. We have to drink the water. We have to give the tumbler back. In the case of Vedanta, what did the Upanishad say? Upanishad has superimposed Brahman onto this universe. Right. We have to take the Brahman. We have to give the universe back. That is apavada. If we don't do that, we will have misconception. There will be lots of logical fallacies. There will be lots of logical fallacies if we accept the universe. If we accept the universe as Satya Vastu, there is going to be lots of logical fallacies. What are the logical fallacies? Number one, universe has got a start date. Universe has got a start date. Universe has got an end date. Right? If we accept the start date and the end date of universe, it means that there is a start date for Brahman, there is an end date for Brahman. Then Brahman cannot be Anityaha. Brahman cannot be Nityaha. Universe changes. Vikaraha happens in this universe. But Brahman is Nirvikaraha. Right? All these logical fallacies will come if we accept this universe as Satvastu. So we say this universe has got an existence, but this existence under double quotes. This universe has got a relative existence. The universe has got a relative existence. Just like how an ornament has got a relative existence in gold. Just like how we say an ornament has got a relative existence in gold. This bangle, this kankanam has got a relative existence in gold. Why not? I can break the kankanam. I break the kankanam. It ceases to be the kankanam. But does it cease to be gold? No. How much amount, whatever the weight of the kankanam before breaking, after breaking the same weight will be there. If I go to a gold shop, I want to sell this kankanam. Whatever the money he is going to take, whatever the money he is going to give me for this kankanam, he will give me the same money even if I break the kankanam. Right? The value of the kankanam, the value of the gold does not change because of the kankanam which is superimposed onto the gold is broken. Only when you have this superimposition, this will be possible. Only when you have this superimposition, this will be possible. If we don't have this concept of superimposition, then the value of kankanam will change. If it is broken or if it is not broken. But because the kankanam is being superimposed onto the gold, it is not a literal addition. It is not a literal addition. It is only a mere superimposition. It is not permanently present. It is only a relative existence. The value of kankanam will never change. The value of the gold will never change if the kankanam is intact or if the kankanam is broken. In the same way, Brahman will never change. The universe can come, the universe can go, but Brahman is going to stay. Why? Because the Brahman is nothing but a mere superimposition on the universe. Because the universe is mere a superimposition on Brahman. Just like how the kankanam is mere superimposition on the gold. Same way, this universe is mere superimposition on Brahman. Okay. How far should I value the kankanam? Right. Does the kankanam have got transactional utility? Yes. I don't take my kankanam, wear it in my ear. Do I do that? No. I will look very, very funny if I take my kankanam, wear it in my ear. Even though even in my ear I have gold. Even in my ear I have gold. Kankanam is also gold. I don't do this and go. Why? Because transactionally, it is not possible. Transactionally, it is not possible. As long as I transact with this kankanam, this kankanam is a real. As long as I transact with this kankanam, this kankanam is real. This kankanam has got transactional utility. But the moment I saw ornaments for the sake of ornaments, but I see gold as an investment, then the transactional utility of kankanam ceases to exist. The moment I see gold as an ornament, when I see gold as an ornament, then gold has got a transactional utility. The name and the form of the gold is very, very important. But the moment I stop seeing gold as an ornament, but I see gold as gold itself, as an investment. I see gold for the sake of being gold. I see gold as an investment. Then the transactional utility of the gold becomes irrelevant. We don't say the gold has lost its transactional utility. We say the transactional utility of the gold becomes irrelevant. If I am very much attached to this kankanam, because this kankanam is a present for me by somebody very, very important. Right? If this kankanam is broken, I will cry. If this kankanam is broken, I will cry. Even though gold is there, it is 30 grams kankanam, 30 grams gold will be there. I go to a gold shop, before being broken, he will say, okay, I will take it as 30 gram. After the gold is broken, he will say, I will take it as 30 gram gold. He will not worry. He will not worry because for him, he is very, very intelligent. For him, this is just a piece of gold. It does not have a transactional value. It only has got the value of gold. But I will cry. If this gold is broken, I will cry because it is present from a significant person. In the same way, if we attach too much importance to the names and the forms in this universe, we attach too much importance to the several names and the forms of this universe, we will have problem. Why? Because all those entities will have a date of birth. We will be very happy if it has got date of birth because we like them. But what we don't know is, or what we don't want to know, it has got a date of death as well. Gatasun, Agatasunscha. Krishna starts his Upadesha with this concept. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Ashochananvashocastvam prajnabadanscha bhashase gatasu nagatasunscha na anushocanti panditaha. Panditaha na anushocanti over gatasu nagatasunscha. Things will come, things will go. If you think them as individual objects, you will have problem. But if you think everything as not a vikaram of Brahman, as a form of Brahman, form within double quotes, you will not have a problem. Because you will be like that gold shop person. I don't care whether it is kankanam or todu or valayal or nettichutti. As long as it has got 30 grams of gold, I will give you that money. If it is broken, I don't have a problem. If it is very new, I don't have a problem. I'm not going to give you discount. It has got 30 grams of gold, I will give you the money. We have to be like that gold shop person. We should not be like the gold consumer, because the gold consumer gives too much importance to the names and the forms, he even forgets the adhisthana vastu. He will give too much importance to the names and the forms. He even forgets the adhisthana vastu. But what happened? What will happen to this gold person? He gives zero importance to names and forms. The gold shop person will only be looking at the adhisthana vastu, which is but nothing but the gold. For him, the names and the forms of gold is irrelevant. For him, the names and the forms of the gold is irrelevant. See, there are three objects. Vedanta is highly intellectual. There are three objects here. One is the gold, another is the customer, another is the seller. Right? I am the customer. Another is the gold shop guy. Okay. Let us see from each and everybody's point of view, what is there, what is not there, what is relevant, what is not relevant. Right. From my point of view, I am the buyer. Right. I bought the gold. From my point of view, gold is relevant, but the design of the gold is even more relevant. We just don't go to a gold shop and then say, 30 gram gold kudungappa. We go to a katrika shop. Yeah, we say 1 kilo katrika give. Give me 1 kilograms of katrika. He will give. Right. We don't say, okay, the design of katrika. We don't see all these things. Say 1 kilo katrika. We don't do that with the gold shop. We don't go to the gold shop and say, give me 30 grams of gold. 30 grams of gold, what do you want to buy? We give more importance to the transactional utility than gold. Right? Me as a customer. But for the gold shop person, he gives zero importance to the transactional utility of the gold. I'm going to sell my gold to the gold shop person. He gives zero importance to the transactional utility. He only sees gold for gold. So for him, the transactional utility of the gold is irrelevant. He does not deny the transactional utility of the gold. He does not deny it. For him, it is irrelevant. He only looks gold for the sake of gold. He does not care about, he is indifferent about the transactional utility of the gold. I place some importance on gold, the purity of the gold and all, I place some importance, but I place more importance on the names and forms, that is the transactional utility of the gold, more importance. That is me. The gold shop person, he places more importance on the gold. For him, the transactional utility of the gold is irrelevant. He does not deny it. But what will happen to the gold? If we think from the gold point of view, it is everything is nothing but gold. There is no names and forms itself. All names and forms are mithya. All names and forms are mithya. Gold, we cannot say the transactional value is irrelevant. As far as gold is concerned, it is gold. The concept of transaction utility itself will not even arise. Because according to gold, it does not have any transactional utility. It is us who place a transactional utility onto the gold. According to the gold, it will not say, okay, I will only become a kankanam. I will only become a Modaram. I will only become a chain. Gold does not decide. You superimpose the transactional value. So that as far as gold is concerned, there is no transactional value. Transactional value is only an incidental thing onto the gold. Right? We have seen these three persons, right? Myself, the gold shop person, and the gold. Now we have to, I know I'm taking a little bit more time, but this is an important concept which has to be finished in this class. Now we have to extend this analogy to Atma and Jagat. Now we have to extend this analogy to Atma, Jagat. Who are these three people and how are they going to see this Jagat? The three people, just like how in the gold example, we saw three entities. We saw myself, the gold shop person, and the gold itself. In the case of Vedanta, we are going to see three people. One is an Ajnani, one is an Ajnani, one is an Atmajnani, and another is Atma. One is Ajnani, another is Atmajnani, another is Atma. For Ajnani, who places more emphasis on the transactional utility than the Adhisthana. The Ajnani will place more emphasis on the transactional utility of this universe than the Adhisthana of this universe. Like how I will place more emphasis on the transactional utility of the gold rather than gold itself. Ajnani will place more emphasis on the transactional utility of this universe than the universe. What will be the problem? The problem is Gatasun Agatasuncha. The transactional utility will come, it will go, bangle will be broken, chain will be broken. I have to worry. Every time my bangle is broken, I will cry. Every time my kankanam is broken, I will cry. This is with respect to Ajnani. Who's Jnani? Jnani is like the gold shop person. Jnani is like the gold shop person who will place more importance on the Adhishthanam than the Vidyavastu. Jnani will know, Jnani will know that the entire universe is an Adhyaropa on Brahman. The entire universe is a superimposition on Brahman. The entire universe is nothing but a superimposition, name and form of Brahman. So even if every blessed thing which comes, if every blessed thing goes away, I will not worry because I know a kankanam, a broken kankanam is worth the value of the gold. Broken kankanam is worth the value of the gold. I know as a gold person, as a person who is in the gold shop, I know that. This will be the outlook of Jnani. For a Jnani, he still is present in this universe. Jnani is still present in this universe. He transacts with the universe, but for him, the universe will become irrelevant. For him, the universe becomes irrelevant. Just like how for the gold shop person, the name and form of the gold becomes irrelevant. For Jnani, the universe becomes irrelevant. Now, what about the third entity? The third entity is gold. Gold does not have a name and form. It is us who inscribe a name and form onto the gold. Name and form vastutaha do not exist. Name and form vastutaha, in reality, name and form do not exist. It is us who impose a name and form onto the gold. In the same way, from the drishti of Atma, from the drishti of Atma, this entire universe do not exist. This entire universe does not exist. Just like how I, as a consumer, place and superimpose the name and form onto the gold. In the same way, I, as an Ajnani, superimpose name and form onto this universe, onto the Brahman. I, as an Ajnani, superimpose name and form onto the Brahman. Vastutaha, no name, no form exists. In other words, no universe exists. We superimpose universe onto Brahman so that we get some transactional utility. But from the point of view of Brahman or Atma, the universe does not exist. So Videha Mukta, no universe exists for him. He will not go to Swargaloka. He will not go to Naraka. He will not go to Kailasa. He will not go to Vaikunta. There is no Dvaitam for him because why? How can you tell Dvaitam in a gold? There is no Dvaitam. Right? In the gold Kankana, can you show me any other actual entity other than gold? We cannot show. Everything that exists is gold. There is no Dvaitam in this. We only impose the name and form onto this gold, but Vastutaha gold does not have any Dvaitam. The same way, from the point of view of Atma, this universe does not exist. So we have seen 3 points of views. The one point of view is for an Ajnani, the universe exists, the universe is relevant. For an Ajnani, the universe exists, the universe is relevant. For an Atmajnani, the universe exists as the Adhyaropa of Brahman, and hence the universe is irrelevant. From the Atmajnani's point of view, they will still interact with this universe. Atmajnani will still have this body. The moment you have body, you have to accept the Jagat. I still interact with this universe, but it's become irrelevant for me. From the point of view of Atma, which is the Paramarthika Satyam, the universe does not exist. So this is the 3 outlooks. These are the 3 outlooks. Normally, the major problem that people have with Advaita Vedanta is that it negates the universe. Advaita Vedanta does not negate the universe for all. Who are you? What is your point of view? According to you, the reality will change. According to the observer, the reality will change. In fact, when we study quantum mechanics, this point will be very, very clear. The reality's existence depends upon the observer. There is no one absolute reality. No, when we say this transactional reality, Vyavaharika Satya, when I say there is no one absolute reality, I'm talking about Vyavaharika Satya, not the Paramarthika Satya. Vyavaharically, there is no one absolute reality. The reality will change depending upon the observer. We have this famous mind experiment of Schrodinger's cat. Whether the cat is living or dead will depend upon the observer. Whether the cat lives or dead or is dead will depend upon whether you observe it or not. If you don't observe it, then the cat will be in an eternal state of both dead and living state. Both dead and living will be superimposed on cat's state. In the same way, observer plays a major role. Observer plays a major role in validating the so-called transactional reality. Observer plays a major role in validating the so-called transactional reality. So Advaita Vedanta says, depending upon who you are, the universe will be existing, the universe will be irrelevant, the universe will be non-existing. If you are an Ajnani, then the universe will exist. If you are an Atmajnani, then the universe will be irrelevant. If you identify yourself with Atma without any upadhi, you identify yourself with Atma without any upadhi, without any limitations, then the universe do not exist. Neha nanasti kinchana. Advaitam Shantam Shivam Advaitam Chaturtham Manyante Sa Atma Sa Vigneya. So this fear is we have to be very careful about, and we have to understand it very nicely. And it is not easy to grasp the concepts. Even if you grasp the concepts, to bring it in practice, it is even more difficult. It will never come in one class. We have to do lots of nididhyasanam on this concept. Only then A, we will understand this, and B, we can bring this in practice. With this, we will finish today's class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate Om Shanti 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 Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi